Everybody, welcome to Reading the Bible to Cats. Guster is really cute. He brought his laser toy to me. He's just waiting patiently. I did play with him, but he wants more playtime. Good boy, Guster. You love your laser toy. I'm going to read a few verses. It's the morning of it's Thursday morning, and I have to get ready for work. I'm running behind. Um, just drinking my coffee. And let's read some verses that I'm sure we've read before, but like I said, it's a good way to just get the word into our hearts, you know. Here's a good one. Psalm 94:19. That's a great verse. I should just read the entire psalm. When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy. Now I want to look up that psalm because. Hold on one second. Hold on. And I'm also looking at a work message. Okay. Okay, let me sorry, I just read a work message. Let me go to Psalm 94. Psalm 94 on this other phone here. Okay. Well, I'll read that. Why don't I read that because that verse is so good. Okay, let's read Psalm 94 then. The Lord is a God who avenges. O God who avenges, shine forth. Rise up, judge of the earth. Pay back to the proud what they deserve. How long, Lord, how long will the wicked be jubilant? They pour out arrogant words. All the evildoers are full of boasting. They crush your people, Lord. They oppress your inheritance. They slay the widow and the foreigner. They murder the fatherless. They say, the Lord does not see. The God of Jacob takes no notice. Take notice, you senseless ones among the people, you fools. When will you become wise? Does he who fashioned the ear not hear? Does he who formed the eye not see? Does he who disciplines nations not punish? Does he who teaches mankind lack knowledge? The Lord knows all human plans. He knows that they are futile. Blessed is the one you discipline, Lord, the one you teach from your law. You grant them relief from days of trouble, till a pit is dug for the wicked. For the Lord will not reject his people. He will never forsake his inheritance. Judgment will again be founded on righteousness, and all the upright in heart will follow it. Who will rise up for me against the wicked? Who will take a stand for me against evildoers? Unless the Lord had given me help, I would soon have dwelt in the silence of death. When I said, my foot is slipping, your unfailing love, Lord, supported me. When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy. Can a corrupt throne be allied with you? A throne that brings on misery by its decrees. The wicked band together against the righteous and condemn the innocent to death. But the Lord has become my fortress, and my God the rock in whom I take refuge. He will repay them for their sins and destroy them for their wickedness. The Lord our God will destroy them. everybody, that's the end of Psalm 94. And yeah, that's a powerful psalm. When I was, into the new age, if I had read this back then, I would have been like, "What?" Because of all the talk of, vengeance and avenging and wickedness and justice and it it's like it's just so full of reality, the psalm, you know what I mean? It's not like, "I'm in La La Land, and I'm going to now empty my mind of all my thoughts so I can enter La La Land." It's like, "Oh, yeah, that is reality, that's the world, you know? It's what's going on in the world. There is evil. There are people who are jubilant when they do evil things. There are those who pour out arrogant words. There are people who practice evil and are full of boasting, and they crush God's people. They oppress his inheritance. They slay the widow and the foreigner. They murder the fatherless. And then they say the Lord doesn't see. The God of Jacob takes no notice. Yeah, and that's happening, and it has always happened. But um, but yeah, I wouldn't have related to this psalm, you know, decades ago. I would have been like, "We're just so negative," because I was into toxic positivity, I would say. But there's such hope in this psalm for anyone who would take refuge in the Lord. Anyone. Yes, he is the God of Jacob. Yes, he is the God of Israel. And he but the door is open for anyone who would come to him, wherever they are from. The nations, it's interesting because he talks about how he disciplines the nations and these, evil rulers who oppress and kill and destroy. And then verse 20, can a corrupt throne be allied with you? A throne that brings on misery by its decrees. And there are these rulers in nations that have these decrees that bring misery on the people. But of course, I love verse 19. When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy. And, I think for us, what, with everything that's going on in the world, if you do follow the news and if you are, a sensitive soul, which most people are who are watching this channel, because we love kitty cats and we love animals. Um, you know, it's just there's cause for anxiety, especially with media and everything we're inundated with. Um, so it's kind of normal to have anxiety, But I believe King David wrote this. He says, "When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy." And that's something to hold on to, just the God will console you and bring you joy. That consolation will bring you joy. And it's okay to have joy in this world when the Lord gives it to you. Oops, have to get ready for work. Uh-oh. Okay, everybody, let's say a prayer. Lord, I thank you so much for everybody who tunes in, everybody who listens, watches. I love that there are people in all corners of the world who watch and listen to this little channel. That is so cool to me. I love that so much. You know my heart for other nations, other countries. I love, well, growing up in the foreign service, I just have a heart for, I just love other cultures and other countries, and I always find it so enlivening and fun and cool when I meet people from other countries. Of course, I love my country too, but you are the author of all the nations and all the peoples, Lord. You created such wonderful diversity, just among us. And then, in the animal kingdom too, such diversity. I love that. Lord, I pray for anybody out there who is anxious because the times are full of woe. So I just pray that you would console them and bring them joy. Pray for our furry loved ones. Thank you for blessing us with animals. They're so wonderful, your creation. And I pray for people affected by the floods, I guess in New Mexico too, and Texas. Lord, bring them your consolation, comfort them. Lord, thank you for your spirit. Yeah, I love your spirit, which is when I walk in your spirit, I just, I mean, it's wonderful. Of course, when I'm not walking in your spirit, when it's, just my flesh kind of taking over, it's not fun. But your spirit is so welcome and wonderful. Um, yeah, my flesh is more like, I'm living in fear and I'm afraid and my past is haunting me. Um, but you are very comforting, Lord, and we're human and that we do have fear and anxiety, but you don't chastise us, you comfort us when we are afraid, and you are our refuge. Um, Lord, I pray always for the peace of Jerusalem. You are the God of Jacob, you are the God of Israel, but you offer your love, and I mean, you are the maker of the nations too. You are available to anyone who will call on you. So I thank you for that, Lord. I pray for protection for Israel. I pray for the hostages who remain, that they would be miraculously delivered, Lord, and that they would feel the prayers that go out for them. And I pray for any hurting animal or person in Gaza and Israel and Iran and Syria and Nigeria and wherever, Indonesia, Ireland, Japan, wherever, Lord, wherever people are hurting, you draw near to the brokenhearted. That's your work, that's your heart. And um, we thank you for your spirit. And I pray all these things in Jesus' name, in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Amen, everybody. Yep. Psalm 94:19. When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy. Okay. Um, Henry's here. He wants attention. He's like, he was meowing because the focus is on Guster, and he's like, but what about me? Um, anyway, everybody, let's see what else. I feel like I should say something else before I get my morning going. Well, nothing really. I mean, my car, the air. Oh, here he comes. See, he wants to be the star. He's just like, do do do. I'm just walking through. Pay no mind. Um, what was I going to say to you? Oh yeah, my car, the air conditioner stopped working, and it was like really hot, and so I had to. There was a warranty on the. This is really titillating information for all of you, I'm sure. Oh, how boring. But anyway, yeah, I had to get a new compressor, but thankfully there was a warranty. So, and where I go, they're really nice. Even though there are mistakes that are made, I don't care because they're so nice. And they're always like, we'll take care of you, Sarah. Don't worry. we'll take care of you. And then they do take care of it, but then the part breaks again. I have to go back. No, but they're so nice and they do fix stuff. So it helps when people are nice, you know what I mean? Um, but anyway, when my car was out of commission, I was like, I couldn't get around. I hated that feeling of being isolated and stuck in my apartment. Ugh. Plus, my job depends on my car, and that was uncomfortable. I would, I kind of, it's hard to depend on a car, you know what I mean? Especially when you drive a lot. I'd kind of like a hybrid job of like remote and, every now and then going into the office or whatever. But I work in the field, so not the field as in the grasses are blowing and the flowers are, but out and about, um, which I like because there's autonomy. I love it actually, and I make my own schedule pretty much. Um, but the car thing, I don't know, drives me crazy. It's a good car though. This is so boring. I don't know, telling you all this stuff about my car, but I get attached to my cars and I name them. My car's name is Princess. Um, she's a very old Lexus, like a 2005, but she's like a beauty, even though she's getting some rust spots. The engine is going to last forever. It's just the parts around it that go. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, the compressor is going to cost meh, meh, meh. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, I think that's almost more than I paid for the car or something. But I don't know, just it adds up. But I always run my cars into the ground before I get another car. But I don't think this one will fall apart. I mean, anyway, you all, I don't think you need to know about my car. It's like we went from the sublime to the very um, boring. It's like, let's talk car parts. Uh, anyway, all that to say, I'm very grateful I have my car back so I can go do what I need to do. All right, everybody. Keep me in prayer. Keep me in prayer. And I'll keep you in prayer. Oh, we can't see Guster's head anymore. Let me turn the camera so you can see. Henry? Henny? Henny? Henry was like, what about me? I know I'm not happy with my contract, but I do want to be a star. Hey, everyone. Bless you. Talk to you soon. Bye.